with Luna Gamer Alex. Alright, so we're gonna be playing some more Endeavor Deep Sea. We're gonna be doing mission 3. There's a lot of commotion coming from downstairs, so the microphone might be picking up sound from downstairs. So, but anyway, so mission 3 is the Oceanic Journal. It says publishing what you learn from field experiences vital towards building a team of skilled operators. Race to journal your research. You can find value specializing in a field of study and in diversifying as well. The goals for this mission, the most prominent one is that dedicated research. I guess it's the whole theme of this mission. But let's go through the goals here one by one. First one is the sonar. They want you to have 7 sonar as a solo player for the first 2 devs. So 7 for the first 2 devs, and this is actually column 3, right in the middle. So I already have this set up. This is selected at random. So we have 1 more here, 1 more column here, and 2 more columns to the left. And then the second goal is journal the devs. So they want you to get 7 journals from dev 3 and on. So 3, 4, 5. This should be where you focus on getting your journaling on, or journal research on. And then the most interesting is goal 3, which is dedicated research. What they want is for you to have 7 of one particular type of journal. So they have 4 different icons there for journals. Remember that if you want to publish a journal research, you have to match what's available on the tile with what's available in your journal section here. There's always 4 revealed at one time. So they want you to focus on one particular one. But the interesting thing is on the impact board, if you move this direction, you can actually claim those symbols. So if you don't have enough done on the actual tiles, you can use the impact tokens to complete that number. So let's say that you have, it looks like you can only boost it by 2, so you at least need to have 5 on the map, 5 journals of a particular type, and then get 2 more here. This is very challenging. Yeah, some of these some of these goals, they make you scratch your head. But I felt that way about the whole game, like when I first started playing the game. So there must be something. I know it's all luck based also, because everything's for the journals here, for example, or the tiles, everything's randomized. So there's some strategy involved, it's a combination of both, I think, which makes the game pretty interesting. But what we're gonna do here is we're gonna reveal tiles by focusing by doing the sonar actions, the first 2 devs. So we're gonna start doing that. That means that we need to get the science up quick so that we can get to at least the 3rd depth. So we need to move this up all the way up here. So science is not science, they call it ingenuity. So we need to get ingenuity up like fast in this mission. Okay, so everything's pretty much set. You can select where you have your starting vehicle for this map. It says, and we have the sea star, the looking glass, and carbonate spires, and then 1 random zone. And then when you gain a vessel, you may choose any Def 1 zone as its launch zone. And each player chooses any Def 1 zone as their launch zone at the beginning, also, and gain its arrival bonus. Now the cool thing here is if we select this one, remote anchorage, we will get 1 ingenuity. So maybe that has more value than getting the activation token, activation disk early. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to get the ingenuity up instead of the activation token. Oh, and then the team leader gets one. Okay, and then we're going to start the game. Let's check out first bonus goal. And this the level 3 specialist, actually, that's randomized. Since I haven't touched that though, because the last two games I haven't been able to get to a level 5, so I just leave them, the same because I haven't touched them. But anyway, bonus goal number 1 is coordination and ingenuity. This is good because this mission requires you to level up your ingenuity so you can get to the lower depths of the ocean, because you need to be journaling in depth 3 and below. So this is good. This is a good bonus goal to have. All right, so now we get to recruit a level 1 specialist. I know you can't see this. Actually, there are 3 rows. There's another one up here. Let's see if I can move it closer so that you have general idea. Yeah, there we go. If it fits. The problem is we're gonna have 2 here, and then we'll move stuff as needed. Yeah, this game requires a lot of space, that's for sure. We can move it a little bit over to the right too, because we can move some of these things like the journals. We can move them up here, Yeah, we can move the journals up here, I think. Yeah. We just put it like that. And then this is not in play, so I need to place this somewhere else. This is the anchor, right? So there are a total of 8 anchors. Okay. Yeah, we're good. So there's one more here, right? There's one more. Yeah, we can move this a little bit further to the right. And this should be actually the 5. Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, that's good. Something like that. Okay. So let's see, who are we gonna recruit? We need to do some sonar actions. So, and that's for the first 2 rows, the first 2 depths of the map. So I think what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and recruit the sonar operator. So we get 1 coordination for that. Yeah, this is gonna go to depth 5. We're probably gonna need to move this over here. And now we get to get 1 back, so we're gonna get team leader back. And then now the activation phase begins. Okay, so what we're probably gonna do is we're gonna move. We only have 2 here. Oh, that's. We should do a sonar action now because we only have 2. We didn't have 3 because I chose to go to the remote anchorage as my starting zone. So maybe it's a mistake already. But, gotta try something different sometimes, right? So, gonna activate the sonar operator, and I'm going to go ahead and reveal depth 1 and depth 2. And then we select which one we like. We're gonna try and see if we can find one that can boost our ingenuity. So both of them do. So first one is calm seas. but I think we need to start moving downwards. So I think we should pick this one. And we also want to make sure that we have things that have a journal, tiles that have journal actions on them. But it's not going to count. Well, it is going to count up here also. I mean, towards the dedicated research where you focus on one particular field. But we need to make sure that that overlap with journal the depths. That way we can kill two birds with one stone, or conserve two turtle nests with one research conservation team. Maybe that's a better expression. Okay, so we're gonna select sunken ruins, and we're gonna place this here, and this is a depth 2. I'm going to get 1 ingenuity and then 1 reputation. And with the 1 ingenuity, I was able to get another vehicle. So now we can select where the vehicle is going to start. We can now place it here and get one activation token, or we can place it here and we get another ingenuity. I think I'm gonna go with ingenuity. I mean, if I put it here, then I can move we get the activation token, and I can move it down, and we get inspiration. Oh no, we can't even. Yeah, we can go down there because we unlocked depth 2. Let's think about this before we make a decision. Do I want to start moving my vehicle? I mean, there's a benefit to doing that, which is you get the stats, you know. But if you select to go to, this actually guarantees us that additional ingenuity. So you know what? I'm just gonna have this starting vehicle on the remote anchorage location. So then we get 1 ingenuity. So we're gonna keep moving this up because I think this is very important for this particular mission. Okay, so that's done. We wanted sunken ruins here, and there's the 5 diving tokens. I mean 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'll place that there. And that's it. That's round 1. I only have about an hour to play today for this session, so I don't think we're gonna finish this in one session. Just a heads up. Okay, so now we're gonna go to round 2, and we got synergistics, and yeah, synergistic is almost like that. Remember that previous mission where they want you to dump an activation token across different zones, and this is the same situation. So zones with at least 1 activation token, or activation disc or ship of all players, and for a 1-player game they want you to have 11. So that means that you need to have 11 zone with at least 1. This one is a fucked up bonus mission. This is one of those missions that one of those missions that give me that whole vibe of this is not possible. Remember, I felt that when I first started playing the game. Like I said, is probably we're gonna see how all of these things could be accomplished the more we play the game, because this is just ridiculous. You have 7 rounds. How are you gonna drop 11? I mean, it's how are you gonna drop 11 activation tokens across the map? It's insane. So basically, the way you have to look at that is not 11 but 8. You need to have 8 zones with a token on them, and then you need to move your ship around on zones that don't have anything, so that it would count as, yeah, your ship is there, so it count towards that. It's a very difficult bonus mission. This is one that you need to hopefully not get while you're playing this game. All right, so we're gonna start round 2 now that that's revealed. We still can only recruit level 1 specialist. So let's think about this. We still need somebody who's able to do sonar, I think. Since we also have research though, so we need a diver, I think. Diver is important. Because we need to get those research points. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and recruit a diver. That way, next round, I also get, if nothing else happens during this round, during the activation phase, I get to recruit level 2 specialist. So that goes up by 1. And now I only get 1 activation disc. And I get to return only 1, but I only have 1 out there. So, and then that's it. Now it's the activation phase. Oops, I forgot to put away ComCs. It's alright. Didn't impact anything. Okay. So now we're at the activation phase. Let's see what we can do. We have 2 activation tokens. Just 2. We can't do much here. Maybe we should use the 2 to sonar. Shit. Yeah, this is not having the activation tokens really suck. We could use, let's pilot though. Let's move down this way. Then we get an activation token. And then we can still do a sonar and still count towards survey the shallows. So mission, goal 1. So I think that's probably the best thing to do. And then during the 3rd round, we can even have the diver dive there. We have enough activation tokens. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So he's the team leader is going to pilot the vehicle, or one of them. So we're gonna move that down here. We get an activation token disc, and from here we're gonna have the sonar operator. And we can only get 1 back. Huh? Shit, we need to move that. We're gonna have the sonar operator reveal depth 2 to 3. So we got the submerged cave systems, and we have cold water reef. Okay. With the submerged cave system, we get oh, that's good. We got coordination and ingenuity. The only problem with this, and then with this, we get more activation token. So the problem with selecting the submerged cave systems is the only place we can put it is over here. And we place it down here, and this is the 5th column that's available for play. You can't travel through it. You have to travel like this, and if you don't have enough movement points, then it might mess you up. And you can only access this from here and here. The vehicle itself cannot access that. But this is what? This is depth 3. So we can start journaling here. The good thing about the submerged cave system is we get ingenuity and we get coordination. So maybe that's worth something, I think that's worth something. Oh, is this, let's make sure, this is I don't want to make that same mistake. Oh, and you know what? I already did, because I cannot reveal any more depth 2. The reason why that is because I can't place it here. For me to place a depth 2 tile, I need to have, unless there, I think there's some, I was looking at some of the other missions. There's some missions that would allow you to put like different depths, but without the requirement of having the top surface zone reveal. So I'm gonna just, I can't really shuffle it, can I? I just want to make sure that the one that's revealed earlier, what was revealed earlier? I don't remember for depth 2. Oh no, I think I selected the depth 2. I didn't, yeah, so nothing got revealed. I'm just gonna, nothing got put back, I meant by that. I'm gonna shuffle this whole thing then, because I already reveal that one that's not supposed to be revealed. Because if I place one back at the bottom, then I would actually need to put it back at the bottom, but I selected the depth 2 earlier. So we cannot actually reveal any more of this. We can only reveal depth 3, because that's the only place, only zone that can be revealed at this time. So we actually need 2 of these. Whew, I'm glad I caught that, or I would have messed up the whole game. Okay, I gotta be careful. So we got the cold water reef and we got vortex. Okay, so this is good. The bad thing is now I can't get the coordination, because the coordination would have helped us get both the activation tokens back. But you know what? This is okay. Perhaps we're gonna go with the cold water reef, because at least there's some journaling there. For the vortex, you can only do sonar, and then with the vortex, I guess with the help of the vortex, when you move away from the zone, you can add +1 to your movement and depth ability. But right, let me make sure that when you sonar in this spot, you may place a depth 3 zone. Oh, here's the one with the special rule. You may place a depth 3 zone even if there isn't a depth 2 zone above it. So that's great, but the problem with this is there's no journaling. For that particular one, that's a special rule. So I can reveal a depth 3 and add it here, and that's going to help us with Journal the Depths mission. The problem is our focus needs to be journaling. So all that sonar shit needs to happen in the first 2 rows only. So that's the problem with this particular mission that you have to tackle, is how you're going to make sure that you have enough sonar activities going on the first 2 rows while taking care of the rest of the stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just select cold water reef then. Sweetheart, I see you, baby. Give me a second, okay? I think Suki needs to go out. So I'm gonna place this here. Let me just take care of this. So 1, 2, inspiration, and then we place it here. Okay. All right, sweetheart, give me a second. And that's all that we can do. We're out of activation tokens, so I'm gonna be careful about this. So next round, I'm going to start with a bonus goal. So I'll place it up here so I'll remember, because I have to go take care of Suki now. Okay, so round 3, the bonus goal is... You got to be kidding me now. No, yeah, we're fucked. Because there's no way we can complete 4 zones with Thorough here. Because that means that we need to have 4 zones with no activities left to be done on them. So that's extremely difficult to do. And they're aware that people, you know, like, because they put a solo number there. Like for solo, you need to have 4. For 2 players, you need to have 7. So they think this is all possible. I still cannot see the way how to get there. You know, but Apparently it's possible. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna we can recruit up to level 2 now. Let's see. If we recruit the ecologist, we get 2 coordination, and that's great. If we recruit the marine engineer, we get 2 ingenuity, but we don't. That marine engineer can't do anything until she's promoted, and then she can pilot and journal. So maybe that's where we need to go. But the ecologist, though, she can pilot and conserve. And that's not going to help us because any conservation activity, well, conservation can still help us because it takes care of the we can get stats from it, you know. So it might be helpful. So I guess at this point it's just a matter of, you know, I want to have the boost that she gives us. I want to have the coordination, because if I recruit her now, I get 2 coordination points, and that means that I can get these 2 back for the next round. And we're already in round 3. We're almost halfway there. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and recruit her. This is probably gonna cost me, but I see the value of getting these 2 back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and recruit the ecologist. And if anything, you know, we can always use her to just move ships around, so the vehicles around. So we get 2 coordination. And then now we get 2 activation tokens. And now we get 2 activation tokens back that were used. And then now we begin the activation phase. So let's see. So far, sonar, you need to get 7. That is some fucked up shit. Okay. I think what we need to do, we need to start moving to the 3rd depth so that we can do some journaling. So I'm going to use the ecologist to do that, I think. We'll use the ecologist to move the very top vehicle to the cold water reef. Because there are journals there, and also there's some conservation stuff there. So maybe I should do that. So and then we can, you know, then we can leave this ship here so we can dive and do some more sonar shit. And then the sonar stuff is going to help with survey the shallows. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh no, that's level 2 and 3. So we can't even do that one because it's not going to reveal anything, because level 2 and 3, we're stuck. We don't have that vortex special rule. So we're stuck. We need to move this actually here so that we can survey. But if we do that, then we're not going to get the diving. So yeah, we this is pretty bad. I mean, sometimes I notice that some of the things that would make the game more challenging is the tile placement. So you have to be very careful with the tile placement, zone placement. We'll start calling them zones because I think that's what they're called. Zone placements in this game is very important. I think I already messed it up with placing this zone here. We should always, I think we should have just revealed more surface, because I was in a hurry to get this part done, you know. So perhaps we need to move, use the ecologist to move the ship. We can only move 2 spots. Oh, we can't even go to depth 3 because we're still stuck at depth 2. So there's always that. So maybe what we'll do is just move this ship then over here. And that way we can reveal a depth 1 and depth 2. No, only depth 1 because we don't have, because the depth 2 can't be revealed because there's no surface area. So you know what? Let's do that. I'm going to use the ecologist to pilot. 1, 2, and we get 1 inspiration. And then we're going to use the, we're going to have the sonar operator go ahead and reveal 2 surface zones. Okay, one is the decommissioned oil rig. I think we need to avoid this one because it doesn't even have any sonar slots. And this is the one we want, Volcanic Island. Okay, so now the we can place it here or we can place it here. So I think we will place it. Let's place it here. So because there's only, this is the last column for this map, and here we have 2 more columns. So let's expand that direction, just so that we can have more options, you know. And before we place the zone down, let's get the bonus. So we get 1 inspiration. So now I get 3 activation tokens. That's great. And then I get 1 activation, not token. The activation, the disc. The tokens are the impact tokens. Okay. All right. So 1 inspiration and 1 activation disc. And then we get to place 2 diving tokens there. Okay. And now we have 2. So now we can actually let's see what we can do. What can we do now that's going to have an impact? I think we can move the ship, and we can, using the team leader, and we can also dive. So let's do the diving first. So I'm going to go ahead and dive. Okay, let's think about this. You can dive and get the research points, or do you or do I want to reveal more tiles? Because I can reveal another one here, and we need that anyway for the but if we're gonna start doing research pretty soon, we're gonna need the research points. I think I'm gonna dive instead. So let's go ahead and dive using the diver. Let's see what we get here. 4 research points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's good. And then I can choose to move using the team leader, but remember I can only get 2 back, so I also have to think about this, whether if it's worth exhausting everyone and then not having a lot of people being able to do anything the next round. I think we can combat that by moving here to the cold water reef, because then I get, oh no, that's that is reputation. And I also need more. Yeah, I can't even get here yet because I need to get more science, ingenuity. So I can use the captain to go back up, and then you get 1 ingenuity there, and that will boost up our ingenuity. I think that's the best option here. So let me go ahead and do that. And then we're going to move this vehicle up here so we can get 1 ingenuity. So now we can travel to depth 3 and we can start doing journals. We only have 4 rounds left. So that's basically the end of round 3. Now we're going to get setbacks. Yeah, this is the first time I'm going to fail, I think, playing this game. Well, the first mission that I did was a total failure because I wasn't playing the game right, but what I meant is like playing the game right and actually failed at the game, where we couldn't even get complete the game with the beginner victory level. Okay, so the first setback is the tsunami. So all players move all of their vehicles 2 zones to the left. and you don't get any of the bonuses. So I'll place this here. Oh, I actually have one more here. I forgot. Yeah, there's one more here. That's right. But there are two more here. Okay, yeah, I knew that. That's right. But we'll put this here because I'm running out of space. Two to the left, huh? This one is already the most left-hand side of that particular row. So this ship is going to get moved over here. Okay. And now I can recruit still. I can only still recruit up to level 2. This is so difficult. We'll get the navigator, I think, because that way she can pilot and she can sonar. I think this is the best option. Unless we just want the pilot and get an impact token and we can boost something. You know what? Oh, none of them are actually going to boost our coordination immediately, so it's not going to be worth it. I'll take the navigator. We'll put our faith on this navigator here. Because she can do move and sonar. Okay. The marine engineer, though, if we get the marine engineer, we have to promote them. And since we're going to be doing a lot of journaling, journal research, maybe it's worth getting her. So that way we get to promote her, and then she'll be able to help us journal. Because she can actually, once promoted, she can travel, and she can also do journal research. And by recruiting her, we're moving the ingenuity up. You know what? I think I'm gonna gamble on that. So let's get the marine engineer instead. Okay, so ingenuity goes up by 2, 1, 2. And then now I get 3 activation disc. And if you're wondering what this slot here is, this is for your dive. If you want to save a dive token, you don't want to use immediately. So if the dive token allows you to choose between research points and an action, and you want to keep that action potentially for, where you don't have to place a disc on someone and just pay for the action, then you can save it here. You can only save 1. So, and then we get 2 back. Only 2. So let's get the team leader, of course, because he can do everything. And then the other one is going to be the sonar operator, I think, because we're going to go ahead and reveal something. Unless we want to have the team leader do that and then activate the ecologist. But the ecologist can only just move the ship at this point. But we can start moving the ship to level 3. But before we move the ship, we need to be able to drop another sonar action, because remember, we need to get 7 sonar tokens for the first 2 rows, first 2 depths of the map. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 3 so far. Yeah, this is rough. This is highly difficult. And then and what makes it difficult is all 3 of them, there's you can't overlap them very much, where the goals, except for the last 2. I think the second mission is also kind of like that, but at least I think they kind of overlap, because of the column and the rows, they kind of overlap. This doesn't overlap at all. So you have something completely separate for the top sonar activities, and then the last 3 depths where you have to do some journaling, and it's a limited amount of time. It's 7 turns. It's really tight, what you can do. Okay. So let me think about this while I take care of some stuff, and then when I come back, we'll make some moves. Okay. Okay. So I think we do have to. Oh, we haven't started the phase yet. We recruited the activation phase. I recruited the marine engineer, and we're trying to decide whose token we're gonna take. So I took one from the team leader, and then we're trying to decide which one. Right? Yeah, this is the problem sometimes when you have to leave the game. Let me just review my video footage here. Okay, that was easy enough. Yeah, I have 3 tokens, 3 activation discs. I grabbed one from the team leader because we can get 2 back. I was just trying to decide who we're gonna get this second one from, and I think I'm gonna get it from. So it doesn't really matter, as long as it's not the diver. So it's between the sonar operator and the ecologist, and it doesn't really matter because I think what we're gonna do is we have to move, and that's pretty much all we can do. Is we can move. Well, we can start journaling, but I also want to do sonar. You know what? We're kind of stuck here. Well, we can do the sonar, and then we can move. Well, we still have this one vehicle here. We just want to move that one over there so we can start journaling. So I'm going to get it from the ecologist so she can, yeah, and then we can do the sonar again on the next round. So the next one is from the ecologist. Now we start the activation phase. Yeah, things can get a little confusing sometimes when I have to leave and then come back, and that's a great thing about streaming and then recording at the same time is I can go back if I want to review something. I just go to my stream, live stream, and then look, at the footage, because the recording footage is not gonna be available until I'm done with the session. So that's a great thing about doing both at the same time. And then I can review my mistakes and do the proper corrections. All right, so let's do that. So we're gonna start with moving using the ecologist. So we can move 3 spots now. So it's 1, 2, and 3. Now it's probably a good idea to move that ship then, because we just need to have 1 ship near the surface so that we can still take care of the sonar goal of getting 7 of those. So maybe we will move this ship instead. So 1, 2, and that way I get it's not enough anyway, but is this what I really want? Tough. You know what? We'll do what we wanted to do earlier. So 1, 2, 3. We get research point, and then he's gonna journal. And we have the 4 journals over here. The icon has to match. They're all available. We have 5 research points. Let's see which one is the best one, and we can promote someone, and they can. Oh, okay. That's great. I think we want this one because this actually gives us ingenuity. The organic casing for deep sea exploration. It costs us 2 research points. So I'm going to research using, do a journal research using the team leader. And we're going to take that one over there. We're going to take 2 research points, 1, 2. And we don't have to conserve research points this particular playthrough because we didn't get the research point balance goal. because with that you have to make sure that you have at least 6 at the end of the game. Um, and then now we get 2 1 2 we get 2 ingenuity, and we get we get 2 ingenuity, we get the 3rd vehicle. Now we can get more. Yeah, let's get more, even more research points, because we need to get to depth 5 if possible. So you can, for this mission, you can select a starting area for your ship. I'm going to, I think, land over here, because we have, see, I mean, we have balance of activation tokens that we can't even use. Well, now we will be able to use it. But you know what? Let's get the research, the ingenuity. So it bumps up for 1 more, and then now we get to promote someone, and I'm going to promote if I promote the reef diver, he can research and dive. If I promote the ecologist, I get coordination up. Let's promote the ecologist. So this is done. So let's replace this with a new one. So I'm going to promote the ecologist. We get the activation token back. When we promote her, she becomes an ecotoxicologist. And we get 2 coordination stats. So 1, 2. So now we can get 3 back. That's great. I think that was a mistake. No, it's fine. Because she can dive, but there's no place where you can... Yeah, that was probably a mistake. So maybe instead of the ecologist, let's think about this. Let me just rewind just a little bit. Okay, I already moved back the coordination stat. Because if we do the reef diver, he can then research again. This is the whole point of this mission. We have to select the reef diver. Have to. So we're gonna promote the reef diver, and the reef diver becomes an underwater photographer, and we get 1 reputation. Hardly moving any of these, and we get the activation disc back. And then now we can use the underwater photographer to journal. So we're gonna journal here, 2 areas we can journal. Now we have to make sure that we're journaling from depth 3 downwards, because that's the goal to journal the depths. So we need to reveal more down here too. So let's see which one we're going to journal here. We have options. We have all of them are available. If we do uncharted deep sea organic life, we get to just promote someone. This is also very good. But we have the cash, we have the research points, the research capital, we have that. So maybe what we want is something that can boost. Yeah, we have to get one that can boost our coordination. That way we can get those discs back. So let's do what are these icons? Let me see. This one has, I think, movement. Can you take the movement immediately? Let me see. Let's look at these extra special ability you get. Travel, but treat your technology. Oh, so if I do this, I get to travel. If I select that one, I get to dive. But I think only in places that you can dive, though, right? That's the problem. Dive and claim an additional dive token from that dive site, if any remain. Okay. There's no dive site where this is at, so okay. So that wouldn't be a wise choice. This actually will get you to travel, but maybe we want to do that just so that we can get a stat, you know. So we'll travel, because it says travel, but treat your technology level as if it was one higher, meaning your level can go one zone further and one depth deeper. But of course, the problem is we got nothing revealed at the bottom here for the additional depths. I think when they give you that ability, because you can move any ship, so I don't think it's only the vehicle that's at that location. I think you can move any of your ship. Let me just see if there's any. For your turn, in placing an activation specialist, you can place a desk from your staging area into an empty activation circle on your published journal and perform the action it describes. If your turn and place it. Oh, I see. I don't think I'm using this right. So you actually, whenever you get one of these journals like these, you can actually place your activation token here and take that action without activating your specialist. Okay, so whenever you unlock these journals, you have to make sure that you're keeping them close so you can take those additional actions whenever. So I guess right now it's just a matter of choice of which one of those I like. If it gives us the ability to do something extra, you know. But if I get, there's none that I can get with ingenuity. So you know what? Travel is important. Diving is important too, but then to get the science that we need for the journaling, you know what? I'll grab this. I'll do this one. So understanding life in the deepest sea. This is the one that I'm going to pay 3 research points for. 1, 2, 3. So now we're at 0. Well, because we're using the underwater, photographer to journal, and we're gonna, it's this one over here, and then we even get 1 reputation. Great, because of the link, the Nights into Dreams link there. And then we get to promote someone. Extra bonus. So who are we gonna promote? I think we should promote the sonar operator. So I'm gonna, or we can even promote the marine engineer, and then she can journal, but the problem is we need 2 tokens for that. But the next round she can journal. You know what, let's do the sonar operator first, because that way we get that back, and then she becomes the acoustic engineer, so now she can travel and she can do a sonar action. And I'll put this here in case we need to do the double diving. But now we can reveal more of the map. So I'm going to go ahead and activate her, and we're going to place this right here so we can build up the survey the shallows, and that way we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We still need 3 more, but I'm going to go ahead and reveal a level 2 and a level 1. Okay, so 1 level 1 and 1 level 2, a depth 2, and let's see what we got here. For depth 2 we have the dolphin pods, mostly conservation sites, so maybe not this one, right? And then even though we can, it will be fine with synergistic, but we're trying to do mostly journaling for this mission. And then the atoll for the surface area, and this has a lot of sonar, the sonar activity and some diving. So maybe I don't think it matters. It's just a matter of, oh yeah, let's get this one because then we can boost up our coordination. So I'll reveal this one. So this def2 goes back in here at the bottom. And I'm going to select the atoll. How do you pronounce this? Atoll? And we're going to place it. Let's place it over here. And then we get one coordination. So we get 3 back this next turn. Okay, so now we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th round because we're all done. There's nothing else we can do. And the next setback is funding shortage. And this is a horrible one. With funding shortage, each player chooses 1. Reduce your lowest attribute by 2 or flip a senior specialist to its junior side. There's a silver lining for that second option because then you can flip them again and you get the activation disc back. So what we'll probably do is we're going to demote the acoustic engineer. We just promoted her, but we found out that she's a drunk, so she's going to get demoted. And funding shortage goes here. So this is our 5th round. Okay, we can recruit up to level 3 now. So the marine biologist can conserve and can. Ooh, I think I know who I'm going to pick. It's the field researcher because this guy can do both sonar and journal at the same time when you activate him. So I'm going to select the field researcher. The only problem with this is he doesn't give you any stat boost. So let me think. It's all great, but if you can't give me the boost, then maybe it's not that great. And then he can travel and journal. You know what? We have to pick this guy. So I'm going to pick him. That's fine. And now I get 3 activation disc. 1, 2, 3. And then I can get 3 back. Oh, and we have only 3 used. The last round. We got everything back. Okay, great. All right. Let's see what we're going to do. We still need to make sure that we, maybe we need to journal first. That way we satisfy, let's try and satisfy the survey the shallow bullshit. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they want 7. They seriously want 7, and it doesn't even, it doesn't even overlap with doing anything 3 levels down. It is insane, totally insane. And then I haven't even been focusing on the type of journals because god damn, yeah, we're gonna fail this mission for sure. This is difficult. We should at least get 1 goal taken care of. So you're not a total loser. They should have put like only if you can only complete 1 goal, you're a total loser. Earth is a shame to have you living on it. Or something like that. I mean that's 0. If you have 0 goals met. Okay. Let's see. We need to get 7. Insane. Just totally insane. Okay, well, let's do the second sonar there. So, and that is to reveal depth 2 and 3. And we can only do depth 2. So let's get 2 from depth 2. And we got the shipwreck. This is nice. And then we also have the submerged cave system is also not bad. You get coordination with this, and that one you get inspiration. So it doesn't really matter because we're not even gonna go to these places. Perhaps we might go to the shipwreck. So you know what? I'm gonna select the shipwreck then. And I only say that because of the sonar activity, you know. So put this back over here. So we get one inspiration, one, oh, this is great. So one ingenuity. Now I get an impact token, and I'm going to place that. We can already go to level depth 5, so we need to level up these other ones just to help us out. So I'm going to place it here to get reputation. Okay. And with the journals, we have 2 journals so far, and they're both different types. So I don't think we're gonna be able to do the 7 different journals and of the same type. Insane. This is insane. Okay, I'll place it down here. Okay, and then there's gonna be 8. Oh yeah, we're not gonna be diving there, but we have to just follow the setup rule here. Put 8 there. Okay. So now that that's done, we have to keep doing journaling, and we also need to yeah, we need to keep journaling, and we need to reveal more. So maybe we need to oh, okay, this guy can journal and do a sonar. So I'm gonna activate him, the field researcher, and he can, let's have him journal first. The 2 places where we can journal. Let's see what we can get. Over here. Oh, and it costs us nothing to journal with this, because we don't. Oh, and then the other thing, we do need to dive somewhere because we're out of research points. Yeah, this is hard. But that costs us nothing though. This costs us nothing, and we get to promote someone. So let me go ahead and do that. So he's going to go ahead and research that, and then we get the link Nights into Dreams. So it goes up 1 reputation, and then this also gives us 1 point for the impact board. Oh, that's an actual water damage. I don't know from what. Ink damage. I don't know what that is, but okay. It's like some kind of splatter, but I know I just pulled this out from down there, so it wasn't from me drinking or eating food here. All right, before I get distracted. Promote. So we are going to promote. I want to promote the marine engineer, but but I need to actually really promote the sonar operator. That way I get this back. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So now that she has repented, she gets promoted again. Now we'll put this here. Replace that. And then he's going to journal. No, he was journaling. Now he's going to sonar. So he's going to go ahead and reveal depth 3. So we'll grab 2 because we can't reveal depth 4 because there's nothing on top. I mean, not depth 3. Okay, I didn't look at that. It's depth 4 is what I want. We can't reveal depth 5 is what I meant because we have to reveal depth 4 first. So let's check to see what we get here. Let's see if we're able to get all the way to depth 5. So we have, ooh, this is scary. Continental shelf. So you can barely see it. It looks better on camera, but that's interesting. And then that's the first time I've seen that one. And then the brine pool, I've seen this one before. We're not gonna do the brine pool because there's no journaling there. We can only journal. We can journal using the continental shelf, so that's the one we're gonna pick. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll place it right here. And before we place it down, remember to get the bonus. So we have 1 inspiration, 1 ingenuity, 1 activation disc, and then 4 diving tokens. Okay. That's great. Now the acoustic engineer, she can travel and or sonar, but we need to satisfy the survey the shallows. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 2 more. So we're gonna go ahead and have a sonar. Do a sonar action, and we're gonna do it. Let's take that so we can get that 1 research point and 1 ingenuity. And then 1 research point. That's pathetic. Okay. All right. So at the end of this round, I'm gonna stop the session. We have 2 more activation tokens. So we can do some more journaling because we have the underwater photographer. If we do journaling, then we won't be able to move the ship, because I'm thinking of moving the ship down here, and then do the journals down here. But it's and the reason why I wanted to do that was because we want to make sure that all the ships are going to be from depth 3 down. So what we'll and then we need to make sure that 1 ship is where this diving. Oh, we can't even do journaling right now, I think. I don't think we have enough research points. Sorry, I was burping. So let's do that. We can move up to 5 spots now. So I'm going to move that 1 ship up there. You know what? Let's keep this one here, because then we need to do that final sonar. I think we're at 6 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we need to do 1 final sonar before we move that ship to level 3 and below. So we'll move this one instead. So I'm going to use the team leader. Move this down 1, 2. We get 1 coordination. And then while we're here, we're going to go ahead and dive, because we only have 1 disc left. And instead of activating the underwater photographer, we're going to use the journal here, the Understanding Life in the Deepest Sea, because we can use this instead of activating our specialist. We'll put this here. And I think once you put it there, I don't think you can get it back though, right? Then you use your journal and then you can't get it back. Let me just read that real quick here, because this is something that I'm doing for the first time. Disc on journals remain there for the rest of the game. They may not be removed during their reassignment. Okay, so this is we're using that the understanding of life in the deepest sea, to do this action, special action. I think this actually gives us 2 research disc. Additional dive token from that site. Okay. So let's see here. diving. Okay. So the first one, unless you want to save this special ability, and you can only save. I keep hitting my table when I'm trying to put this down here. Trying not to ruin the manual or anything, you know. I need more space, that's for sure, to play my board games. I get 4 activation, 4 research points here, which I will take. The other part there is, what is that rainbow? Advance an attribute marker of your choice. No, I want the research points, so because we're gonna do some more journaling. So we're at 0, so it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We were at 0, right? Let me double check, because I kind of moved it a little bit. Okay, we were actually at 1 because we were able to get this over here. So from 1 we get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have 5. And then we get another, we get to do it twice because we activated this over here. And the other one, we can either get a an activation disc or 3 more research points. I think we're gonna stock up on the research points because we're gonna do research like crazy on the next 2 rounds, until we can complete the one of these goals. So 1, 2, 3. I think we're already there though. Hold on, let me see, because we only need 7, and then 3 of those gonna be from the ship. But that will require us to discover more here. We already did 1, 2, 3. Oh, we only have 3 so far. 4, 5, 6. So we need 1 more because the 3 ships are gonna occupy the areas that we don't journal. So no, it doesn't even have to be at least 1. So as long as all the ships are down here by the end of round 7, we only need to journal 1 more time. So you know what? I think we have enough to journal 1 more time. So instead, I think I'm going to get the activation token for this one. Okay. That way I can take 1 more action before we end the stream. We can't journal, we can't, we can only grab 3 back. She can move the ship, but maybe this is, we'll just save that for the next round. We have 2 more rounds to go. And then so far, the most we have for journal type is the X type. I don't know how you would call this. This one we have 2 of them with this symbol, but we need to have a total of 7 of the same symbol. So we're not going to be able to do that. And then, like I said, 2 can be retrieved from the impact tokens, like right here. We're not going to be able to get there. I don't think I can get 3 more. You know, and then plus that, I don't think I can get 5. That's for damn sure. The requirement for solo play for this particular mission is very harsh. So I don't think I can get this, but I think I can get these 2 up here. And then so I just need 2 more here. We're not gonna get synergistic. Yeah, I'm gonna fail this one. I think at most I can get 3 of the goals out of 7. So, but we'll see. We have 2 more rounds. But thank you so much for watching. I'll try and finish this mission when next time I stream, so a little bit later today. So